This is the best luxury car you can buy under 30 lakh rupees. This is a 2021 Skoda Superb LNK, and we think that this is one of the best cars you can buy under 30 lakhs because this car drives fantastic, but it's even better in the back seat. So in order to experience the full capability of this amazing machine, I took it out on the road. But of course I got hit with Pune's unbearable traffic. And since the person who purchases a Superb is always going to be busy, just like me, I downloaded the Drive You app, booked a chauffeur, and we were on our way in no time. While I attended to some meetings in the backseat in peak luxury, the driver also seemed to be a car enthusiast.
आज मैं हूँ डेसिग्नेटेड ड्राइवर, तो चलिए बात करते हैं सुपर्ब के ड्राइविंग के बारे में। इसमें तो है DQ381 गियर बॉक्स और 2 लीटर इंजन, एकदम किलर कॉम्बो। स्मूथ ड्राइव चाहिए, ट्रैफिक में मक्खन जैसा चलता है। पावर चाहिए, गियर बॉक्स फटाफट शिफ्ट करती है। और सबसे बेस्ट मुझको लगता है इस गाड़ी के बारे में वो है इसका सेंसर्स और कैमरा। इतना बड़ा गाड़ी ट्रैफिक में चलाने वक्त यूजुअली बहुत दिक्कत हो जाता है, बट इसका सेंसर्स और कैमरा के वजह से बहुत आसान लग जाता है। और पावर के बारे में बात करें तो स्टॉक में ये 190 bhp और 320 Nm टॉर्क, बट TDH देखने वाले को स्टॉक से क्या मतलब है। स्टेज 1 में 230 हॉर्स पावर, स्टेज 2 में 260 हॉर्स पावर। सही पकड़ा ना सोहम?
Yup, that's absolutely right. Even if the 3B is not as potent as the 3A, this thing in a stage 3 setup can still be pushing around 300 horsepower. But let's be honest, you're not going to be buying a Superb for the tuning potential. You're going to be buying it for the smoothness and the amazing backseat experience. So let's talk about that for a moment. I mean, over here in the backseat, you have tons of space. This is probably a normal seating position for someone who's 6 feet tall, and I still have loads of knee room, and this seat over here is absolutely amazing. This being the LNK model, you get beige interiors with a much more luxurious touch. You also get a Sportline variant, which is a little bit more sportier. It has Alcantara blacked out interiors, which looks pretty sick. But if you ask me if you're buying a Superb, the LNK makes more sense because you get a couple of features which the Sportline doesn't really come with. Stuff like the Canton music system, which is absolutely phenomenal. And in the rear, you also have blinds which are integrated in the door card, which is a big plus for me. You also have rear climate control as well, so I can have my individual temperature at the back. And overall, the seating experience over here in the back is truly luxurious. Amazing materials wherever you touch. You even get a center armrest with some cup holders as well. And honestly, this seems to be a place where I can probably fall asleep. And one more big advantage with the Superb is that you get this neck support over here in the rear. So if you actually do fall asleep, you can easily rest your head on these pads over here. And I don't think any other car in this segment offers features like this. The Superb also gets a proper captain seat at the rear where you can move the front passenger seat from the rear to create more space for yourself. A genuinely serene place to be sat in. Now that my meeting is over, I've come over here in the hills to find a plot for my farmhouse project. Let's talk about the design of the Skoda Superb. I think the designers at Skoda have nailed the design with this particular generation of Superb. Everything has just been increased a little bit in terms of aggressiveness all over the car, and it has really worked out in the favor of the design. The headlights have become a little bit more sharper, a little bit more aggressive, and you have these nice looking DRLs up in front which give quite a lot of road presence. You also have the iconic Skoda grille up in front. A strong shoulder line running across the whole length of the body gives it a little bit of muscle. You also get these lovely looking diamond cut alloy wheels, and at the rear, this being a notchback design, you get quite a lot of boot space. There might not be quite a lot of stuff going on the outside for the Skoda Superb, but it still looks sleek, elegant and very, very sharp. And even if you go to your local grocery store or even if you go to a 5-star restaurant, this car is not going to look out of place. But what about other rivals in the used car market? I mean, if we're talking about luxury cars, you can't discount the big three from Germany. Let's talk about the BMW G20 320D for this particular example. It's not uncommon to find a 320D pre-LCI G20 car for under 30 lakh rupees nowadays. And well, the prices of a 2021 to 2023 Superb and the G20 pre-LCI 320D are fairly similar. But let me tell you why the Superb is a much better pick compared to a G20 320D. First and foremost, even if the 320D is slightly longer in terms of wheelbase, I think 2851mm compared to the Superb's 2836mm, the Superb is over 150 millimeters longer in overall length than the 320D, which makes it extremely spacious. The G20 320D doesn't even come close to the interior cabin space of the Superb. And moreover, the biggest slam dunk that the Superb has over the 320D, the Superb has a class-leading boot space of over 625 liters, whereas the BMW 320D only gets 480. But what if one day you need to drive the Superb? Will it be able to entertain your inner Max Verstappen? Well, nothing to worry about, because I have to say it's a pretty green light, because the Skoda Superb will entertain you even if you want to have a little bit of fun with it. This chassis is shared with stuff like the Octavia, the Golf and other fairly sporty cars. Yes, it's a little bit stretched because it needs to have a longer wheelbase, but the thing is, the base level of driving dynamics are still there. It might not be the most nimble car around corners, especially if you compare it to an Octavia or even a Golf, but the Skoda Superb can really hold its own if you want to take it to the ghats. This 2-liter TSI engine has quite a lot of grunt. 190 HP from the factory is not a bad figure to have. Moreover, you have a couple of different driving modes. Quickly pop it into sport, put the gearbox into manual, and you have paddle shifters on the steering. This thing really does shift, and you have a couple of different modes in your instrument cluster as well. I'm currently in what I feel is the sportiest mode of them all. You have a massive tap in the middle with your gears and your speed, and it definitely gives you a bit more of a sportier vibe. Talking about the front cabin, I'm pretty sure the chauffeur from Drive You was not complaining at all, because what a place to be in. This being the LNK, it's completely finished off in beige and black. This interior just works so well. A nice crisp digital instrument cluster in front of you, a fairly large screen in the middle, but the best part about the Superb is that they've not overdone the touchscreen or the screen part in general. Everything that you want is a physical button. The aircon is completely physical. You have some nice shortcut buttons on the infotainment system, and it's very, very easy to use, honestly speaking. You also get some really nice features. You get a wireless charging pad, you get a wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You also have ventilated seats for the front passengers. It's just a car which is so sorted, so well-rounded that honestly, even if this is the only car in your garage, you'll be a very happy man. And that is the whole story about this car. The Superb is capable of doing anything and everything. You get top-tier luxury and features, slick driving dynamics, and insane value for your money, especially in the used car market. This particular car is listed on sale on TDH Classifieds for 25 lakh rupees, which is well below the 30 lakh rupee threshold and comes as a blank canvas. Some would say it is the perfect daily, while others would say it's a great compromise for someone who wants performance and luxury without the pantomime and drama. In our opinion, it doesn't get much better than a 2020 plus Superb. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to our channel for more such content, and I will catch you in the next one.